Hey, what's going on? Welcome back. PSA non-sport return. We have 26 cards. 26 cards today. All right. First up, Schroeder in a 7. PSA 7 on Schroeder there, playing the keyboard, the piano. PSA 7 for Schroeder. Okay. First 2011 Galaxy paper. We got Vader here with the beckoning. That's an 8. PSA 8. Cool artwork on that one. Some of these are, I'd say about half these cards are for sale. So eBay store link will be in the description as always. So yeah, about half for sale and keeping the other half. 58 Dutch gum. Here we got Liz Taylor, PSA 2. Okay. Charlie Brown. You're a good man, Charlie Brown. PSA 9 on this one from 1991. This cool black and white pencil art there. All the main characters. Let's do 1982. This is a international issue, but Grease 2, we got Stephanie Zanoni there, Pink Ladies, Michelle Pfeiffer, PSA 6. Unfortunately, Topps did not make a Grease 2 set, which as a Grease fan, I wish they would have, but I love Grease 2. I know it's, it doesn't get a lot of critical reception, but I've seen that movie so many freaking times. It's insane. Like I'd say at least 200, maybe 300 times, but yeah, I've always enjoyed it since I was a kid, all the songs. And so when I saw this, I didn't even know cards for Grease 2 existed, but I saw this on ComC and it was just kind of a, $2, $3, $4 card, and it seemed like a pretty obvious pickup for me. Yeah, PSA 6. I don't know. I thought a 6 was a little bit rough. I mean, I don't remember there being any significant issues with it, but so yeah, cool card. Keeping that one though. I have one more copy I sent to PSA, but I haven't got it back yet. So, all right. Let's do 1957 Dutch gum. This is Marilyn Monroe, PSA 2. Pretty good eye appeal on that one. Registration's a little bit off. Corner's soft, but otherwise, centering's off, but not a bad looking 2, really. So these cards can be kind of tough to find in higher grades. So no surprises there, but I think all that stuff is still super cheap and undervalued relative to some other things. 2004 Game of Thrones. This is Aegon's Blade. Sent 2 of these, PSA 8. I forgot how big of a deal or how big of an issue roller lines were with these. When I was pack pulling these cards, just almost all of them have roller lines, and yeah, it's brutal. So just is what it is, but that's awesome art there. Aegon's Blade. I think I've got 3 of these now, all in 8s. That one's going to be, I think I already have one listed on eBay, so I'll just list that when the other one sells. But 91 Peanuts preview again. Snoopy there in an 8. Everybody likes this card, Snoopy. PSA 8. Okay. 58 Dutch gum. This is a pretty good grade here. We got a PSA 5 on Bridget Bardot. Nice centering on that one. Very, very, very respectable grade on the 58 there. So that's a really good example. Good registration too, not blurry, very clear. So sharp looking card. All right. Charles Schultz, 91, the creator of the comic strip. PSA 8 on that one. 1991 Schultz. That's a nice card to have for, $25 or whatever. Graded. I don't think I've got higher than an 8 on him yet. So PSA 8 there. All right, Galaxy paper. This is a cool one with a weird grade. So 2011, I thought this art was really neat. I love the purple. Why in the world they gave me an 8.5? I don't really know. I mean, just make it an 8 or 9, but I don't know. It's kind of cool, I guess. It's novelty of every so often you'll get a half grade, but yeah, these continue to be really tough to get 10s on. So, but that's a great looking 3PO and R2 card, R2D2 card there. 2011, 2 for the high road. Okay. 57 Dutch gum. We got Sophia Loren. This is a cool looking one. PSA 3. Good eye appeal, good registration, clear, nice centering. Yeah, great looking card. PSA 3, 1957. Again, these cards are like raw. Like, I mean, I probably paid less than $2 for this. So just, the market's just not like, when nobody cares, nobody cares. And that's just the way it is until somebody does care. And even if you're the first person to care, you still have to wait a long time for other people to care, which is something, you know, just is what it is. But, you know, not a lot of people are going to have connections to Sophia Loren or, you know, it's just, I don't know. I don't have any connection to like a lot of these random baseball players from the 50s and 60s that I don't even know who they are, but they're just in the set. So it's like, why wouldn't I buy, you know, like one of the most famous movie stars of all time from 1957 raw card for $2 and grade it for $15? It's just, to me, it just makes a ton of sense. But for everybody else, it's just like, why would you do that? That sort of a thing. But all right, here we got a 10. This is a cool one. Boy Named Charlie Brown. I love this one. I really like all those little director chairs at the bottom. I just think that's a cool touch. PSA 10. This is my first time getting a 10 on this one. I think with these cards overall, I've probably gotten about 5 to 6 10s now. I actually got another 10 in this order that sold already before I had time to film this video. And that was the Woodstock. I got a Woodstock in a 10. I think I sold that for $75. So got this one up for 100. You know, I'd come down on it, but yeah. So cool card though. Sure, it's, you know, less than Pop 4 or something like that, but so all right. 1926, back to the old tobacco cards. This is the Parthenon, so that's very cool. Again, just the sense of scale. You see that little guy there on the front next to the third column from the right. But yeah, just incredible artwork. Really, really impressive stuff. I mean, I just think these cards are so neat. Like, just really, really cool sense of scale there. And just this kind of stuff is just so majestic to me. I love ancient history, love ancient architecture, the wonders of the world, all that kind of stuff. Watch so many documentaries just constantly all the time. Loved all this stuff since I was a little kid. So again, this card was probably less than, I think I bought this whole set for like $9 or something like that. So this basically just, the card was basically free and then I graded it. It's 100 years old and it came back a 5. Just wild stuff. I mean, really wild to think about just some of just the discrepancy between anything that's sports and then not sports, vintage. Like the T206 cards, people will spend, I mean, God, how much would you spend on a 5 for some guy, you know, that played in 1910 and you have no clue who he is or whatever without checking, you know, Baseball Reference. Like, this is the Parthenon, something that, you know, and I'm not trying to sound whatever like how it should be, but it just does fundamentally doesn't make sense to me that people just completely ignore this kind of stuff. So wild. All right. Next up, Snoopy again, but this is the Flying Ace. So this is a PSA 8. Classic, one of his spin-off characters there. Okay, GOT CCG again. We've got Ice, Sword of House Stark, PSA 8. Pack pulled that one. Or no, did I? No, I didn't. So this is Westeros edition, which is the first set. And I've never found a sealed box from Westeros Edition, so I bought this as a single. But yeah, forgot about that. This is the first set was 2002, so this is pretty cool. Very cool, rare there. That one I'm keeping. Next up, this is the Leia card from 2012 Galaxy, PSA 9. 9's really good. I've got an 8 up to, I think that 8's gonna sell soon because it's got like 10 people watching it, and I think I've got it priced for like $40 or something like that, which is weird because I think I put this one up for not all that much more, maybe like 60 or something, and nobody's watching it, so really bizarre. For $20, I'd go with the higher grade, or for $20 difference, I'd go with the higher grade, but yeah, PSA 9, people love this card. Classic Return of the Jedi aesthetic there. All right, then we got Linus in a PSA 9, so this is a nice one. Classic Linus there with his blanket. PSA 9 on Linus. Okay. Humphrey Bogart. PSA 3 from 1957. Again, Casablanca, one of the most famous movies of all time. But again, just people that like this stuff, just, I don't think I wonder what people collect that are like into old movies. I wonder if it's like photographs or, I don't know. I wonder what the collectible of choice is for that genre. I suppose I could just look on eBay and look at sold listed, or type in Humphrey Bogart and look at sold and see what kind of relative item, autographs maybe, I don't know. But to me, I'm getting more into classic movies. I just watched A Christmas Carol last night, the one from like the 30s. And I was starting to watch Meet Me in St. Louis with Judy Garland. But yeah, I've been really into that stuff lately. I don't know if it's like the cards pulling me into it or that stuff, just a general interest for that's pulled me. But I've been buying this stuff for a long time now, so maybe it's, I don't know, a little bit of both. But yeah, this is this one I don't really care about this card, to be completely honest. I've seen Casablanca once, and I don't mind keeping this or whatever. But if somebody buys it, I'm not a must-own item or anything. But yeah, PSA 3 on Humphrey there. The coolest thing about this set is they have those studio logos on them. This is the Signature Studio Series or something like that. So you get the Warner Brothers logo there, which is, I think, kind of a neat touch. Okay, Star Wars again, Classic Clash. I've graded this card quite a few times. I've sold it quite a few times. Really cool. PSA 9, that's one of my favorite Galaxy arts with the blues and all the big characters. So PSA 9 on that one. Really nice card. Good. Piper Laurie, she starred alongside, I always forget his name when it's time to mention him, Paul Newman. God, I can never remember Paul. But she starred alongside Paul Newman in The Hustler, great pool movie. Minnesota Fats, Jackie Gleason, love The Hustler. Such a good movie. That image is not from The Hustler. This is from something completely different. But there you go. You see the studio logo, the Universal at the bottom there. I might keep this one just because I don't even think I'd be able to sell this for like $20 or $30. So it's like at that price, like, why wouldn't I just keep it? I love that purple background, matches her dress really well. I love the signature there. Just really cool stuff. So yeah, Piper Laurie, PSA 2. Nice card. Back to Galaxy paper. This is 2010, Anakin Skywalker. This is a pretty cool one. I'm surprised, I don't think very many of these are graded. But that's a really sharp card there. Lightsaber, PSA 9. That's a really cool card, actually. Now I haven't really looked at these since I got them back. Yeah, that's a pretty cool one. Okay, what do I got left? 2 more cards. Just another Aegon's Blade. You already saw this, but sent 2 of these, got 2 8s. And then last card, I already have this in an SGC case, but I had an extra raw copy. So this is the Marjorie Tyrell promo from 2002. So I think that's one of the coolest Game of Thrones arts, just with all the greens and the roses, House of Thorns, all that kind of stuff. So very cool card there for Marjorie. Yeah, and that'll be that. Again, eBay store in the link, or eBay store link in the description. About half these cards are for sale. And then, yeah, we'll be back with more stuff here soon. So appreciate it. Take care, everyone.